or Jimmy or John or George.
There were a lot of comments about naming him Eeyore, and I just feel like that's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Stereotypical?
Yes, yes. So I'm not.
That was a big word. Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and as you can see, we're back out in the garden. Fall gardening season is upon us, but what you guys really want to see is the baby donkey. But just hold tight. I promise you we will go see the brand new baby donkey in this video. But it's kind of like your mama always said when you were a kid. You got to eat your vegetables before the dessert. So there's your vegetables. So we're back out in the greenhouse, gonna get some more seed started. I have been doing a lot of seed starting, so fall is probably, I don't know, I would say fall's probably my favorite gardening season. Getting seed started in the fall and growing through the winter is super easy. There's not a lot to it, and when you start things in the spring, it's amazing. Things grow fast and they blow up and they just do incredible. In the fall, it's a lot slower, but the things you can grow in the fall are a little bit different than summer. Obviously, we're not trying to grow, tomatoes and squash and watermelons and all that stuff. But my wife and I do a ton of juicing in the wintertime. It's a good way to get our greens, that one had a grasshopper on it, but our greens in the wintertime to stay healthy. Juicing is not like something we do all the time, but we juice a ton of greens, and the most, when you're making juice in a juicer, it takes a lot of vegetables to produce something, and really the most expensive part is buying the greens to get the green juice, because apples and oranges and pineapples and all that stuff, cucumbers are big and full of lots of water, where the greens, it takes a huge pile of greens to make a little bit of juice. So we grow tons of things through the wintertime, and like kale, Swiss chard, spinach, beets, all that stuff makes awesome juice. And you don't have to have something like this. You don't have to have a high tunnel or tubs or anything like that. In most parts of the country, you can grow a ton of greens through the wintertime. You just have to get them started in the fall and get them up and going, because when you get those short days and cold nights, things don't grow very well in the wintertime, but they'll survive the cold. There's a lot of cold hardy greens like spinach. I've watched spinach get completely frozen in the morning. Come out here, the leaves be frozen, and 2 hours later they thaw out and they perk back up and they're good. So spinach, kale, Swiss chard, broccoli, stuff like that can take a lot of cold. You can put up a small row cover over it. So take you some like 1/2-inch PVC pipe, put it in the ground, and put a piece of plastic or a piece of fabric over it, and it works great. You can grow greens through the wintertime throughout much of the United States. But let's get some seeds started. I always fall back on my soil blocks. I've tried starting seeds every way you can imagine. There's a lot of people that just direct sow all their greens, and that works, but I always fall back on the soil block maker. Another thing I've tried several times is the plug trays, the big, like I'll show you real quick. The big heavy duty soil plug trays. These work, but it's such a small plug, they dry out really fast, and then a lot of times I have a hard time getting those small seedlings out of there and planted. And it just takes a lot longer for me to plant this whole flat here, digging those out individually, than it does like my soil blocks like this. So each one of those little soil blocks will just break off. Let me show you. Each one of those, and then that's needs to be thinned out, but that's got several beet plants in it, and then we can throw each one of those plugs in the ground, and that works great. So if you've watched my channel for any length of time at all, you've probably seen me use the soil block maker, but I'm going to say it again. I bought this on Amazon, and there's all different sizes, so you can start small and pot things up. But I just used the 4 block. I think they're a 2-inch square. Don't quote me on that, I'd have to look. But there's several different brands on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description box. You can check it out. But if you're going to be using a soil block maker, the most important thing is starting off with the right potting mix. You don't want something that's got huge particles in it. This is a brand that I use quite a bit. Fertilome Ultimate Potting Mix. If you have something that has like big clumps or big chunks of bark in it, you could sift it out, get you a small sifter, some kind of screen or something. But as you can see, this is a very fine mix, and it's not going to do anything dry because when you squeeze it, it just comes apart. We want a block that's going to hold together, so we're going to add, you know, a gallon or two of water and get it all mixed up. Just take that soil block maker, push it down into the soil, and compress it into those little squares as tight as you can. Scrape it off, and then just squeeze them out on the tray. And there's what you end up with, little soil blocks that have a perfect little divot in the top to set your seeds in. Then just repeat about 1,000 times. This tray is going to be some spinach from In My Gardener. This is a Bloomsdale long-standing spinach. Usually plant either this variety or a giant noble, but the majority of my seeds come from In My Gardener, and we are an affiliate there. If you want to get a little discount, you can use coupon code ARMS10 to save 10%. But the main thing about Luke is he's an expert gardener, has an amazing YouTube channel that has more gardening information than you could imagine, but his seeds are 99 cents a pack, and that's just hard to beat anywhere else. And I really, really like supporting Luke in his business and his channel and everything. He's just a good guy. So if you're not familiar with In My Gardener, go check him out on YouTube, Facebook, all the places, and inmygardener.com to get you some seeds. And the next thing I'm going to do is cover my seeds just a little bit. You could pinch these in, but I really don't like to do that. I take a little bit of my potting mix in my little wire sifter and just cover those seeds lightly, just so you have good seed to soil contact, and when you water them, you know, that soil is just going to close in around those little divots on top. You like my little repurposed fish cooking basket? I use it as a sifter. So alright, let's move it to our little germination spot. So I'm going to give you a little quick rundown of everything we've got planted so far. Now, I didn't buy any new seeds this fall, so a lot of these are older seed packets. And I can see some that weren't any good. This is kale. I planted 2 different varieties of kale. So the backside barely got any germination. The front side did pretty good. A couple trays of beets, because beet greens make an amazing salad, and we juice them, and then of course we juice the beets. Spinach, that's why I planted another tray of spinach, because that's just not enough. We can never have too much. This tray did really well. That variety, not so much. And I'm not sure what those two are. Interesting. But this variety did really, really well. So we'll plant some more. We'll probably do a couple more trays of spinach before it's all done. And then I've got some collard greens that are just starting to sprout here. That variety's already up. Bok choy, not up yet. Another tray of green onions. I like to start these little green onions from seed, but it looks like I've got a mouse getting into some seeds, so I put out a couple of these little sticky glue traps. Every once in a while we catch a mouse eating our seeds, but this is the same variety of green onions. These have been in this tub, gosh, since early spring, and we just pick the tops, put them in our food, you know, cut the tops off. Every once in a while I'll pull one just to thin them out, but they're not a bulbing onion, they're just a green onion. But you can cut them off and they just keep on growing. Let's see. So Swiss chard, nothing is up yet. Some pak choy and tot soy. You can see where something has stolen a few seeds. But some of these trays were just started a couple days ago. Some of them like a week ago. And We do have some seeds planted in some self-wicking tubs. These are beets. I just like to compare, you know, see what's going to do better from year to year. So beets are starting to pop up there. A couple tubs of spinach coming up, doing pretty well. And apparently looks like a Swiss chard seed that didn't germinate in the spring, because I did not plant Swiss chard in there in the fall. And some late, probably not going to do us any good, cucumbers. We'll see. I planted a few. Alright, I had to get out of the high tunnel for a while. While it's only like 75, 78 degrees outside, it's been gorgeous. Oklahoma weather has been amazing the last few days. I didn't quite get out here early enough this morning to beat the sun hitting the high tunnel. If I can get out here before about 9 o'clock, before the sun gets over the trees back there, man, it's amazing to work in there. Once the sun hits that thing, it warms up quickly. But, you know, I had things going on this morning. Went to the gym, went and got a good workout in, and did a few other things. Got some work done around the house. And wanted to show you guys how we get our fall garden started. So I love the soil block maker. I mean, to me, it's the easiest, most effective way to get a lot of greens growing quickly.
What?
I promised everyone some baby donkey time today.
Trying.
Trying. So, in our last video, when we separated Steve, a lot of folks were like, donkeys are herd animals. You can't separate them like that. They got to be able to get close to each other. Well, they can absolutely be close to each other, but we are separating old Steve here because we don't want Freedom bred just yet. We want to at least give her a little bit of break from being pregnant. And so we got him separated just a little over 24 hours from her giving birth. So I really highly doubt he got her bred back. I mean, it's possible.
She was not into it, so I don't think so.
So I have a question.
What's the question?
Do we have a name for the baby donkey yet?
Still can't decide. I still can't decide. I'm like,
I mean, where is this? I don't even see the baby donkey. I thought we come out here to show him the baby donkey.
we gotta go get him. Ow. There's an ant. We gotta go get him. It'll be fun.
You don't know what you're gonna name him?
No, I'm still torn. I like Kane. I mentioned that one earlier. I like Kenny. You know, like Chesney. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, what kind of music do you listen to? Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Matt. That was the other one. Matt.
Matt.
Matt. I had to go to the dentist today, and so I'm laying there listening to, you know, my Christian music, and I love Matt Maher. I think it's Maher. Mayer, Maher, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's one of my faves. So, I don't know. I'm trying to decide what he looks like. Does he look like a Matt or a Kane or a Kenny?
Or Jeff? Or Jimmy or John or George?
There were a lot of comments about naming him Eeyore, and I just feel like that's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Stereotypical?
Yes. So I'm not...
That was a big word.
Stereotypical. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see, that was a big fancy word for me.
So proud of yourself.
So she can't decide on a name. Apparently, I thought she had it pretty much narrowed down. But Mom is being extremely protective. The baby has gotten much faster.
Yes.
And
almost couldn't
harder to
catch him
catch.
yesterday.
So we're going to give it a shot. Here you go.
This is a silly game.
I don't think he's interested in your treats yet.
I think we should move those 3 goobers out here and put her and the baby in there.
Good luck with that.
I mean, it's a much smaller pen.
Tina, you just walked right in the way.
No, Matt. Come here. Baby, not old. Dang it.
Look out, Mama. Look out, Mama. I see you posturing up. Mm-hmm. I see you posturing up on me. Watch it. Watch it. Woo! You had a little convulsion, Mama. Come on. Come on. So, this guy's getting a lot more athletic.
Yes, he is.
Agile, fast, quick. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mama is definitely not a fan of us.
She's making it worse. For sure.
She does not like us trying to catch the baby. Look at her. She's like, I see you. I kick you. I kick you right in the shin, boy. What she tells me. Oh, well, that's her favorite spot. Would you believe that? So I'm going to keep asking. Did you come up with a name? Have you settled on a name for the baby?
I have not settled. Let's have a vote.
A vote?
A vote.
How are we going to vote?
Kane, Kenny.
That's a lot of options.
Kane,
Kenny, Jimmy, John, Joe.
What was the other one I said?
George.
Kane, Kenny. Matt.
Mike. Matt. I know why you want to name him Matt.
Why?
Because you like to watch Matt Carricker.
Oh my gosh.
Are you a demo ranch donkey? Are you a demo donkey? That's all we could just call him Demo.
We could call him Demo. That's pretty cute.
I mean, it's kind of copying somebody else, you know.
Well,
Matt has a dog named Demo.
That's
and
true.
he's, a YouTube channel named Demolition Ranch.
Well, let's not copy then. Let's go, Kenny. Where'd she go?
These are awful strange names. You're sure worried about Mom.
Yeah.
She doesn't come after you when you have the baby. She just doesn't like you getting in between them.
Okay, so Kane or Kenny? Those are my thoughts.
Kenny
You
the
don't like
donkey.
Kenny?
I'm not feeling Kenny.
You're not feeling Kenny?
I mean, Kane was your first one.
Kane was my first choice. I still like Kane. I think Kane's pretty cute. Yeah.
Kane Brown. The
Sure.
brown donkey.
We can go with that. Maybe after.
So I'm sure everybody's probably still going to leave 1,000 comments in the comment section about possible name options. We're not obviously sold on anything just yet, I don't guess.
I'm really liking Kane. I am. He looks like a Kane. Especially the one I know.
Looks like a cane. So there is a backstory. It's not just Kane Brown. We have a really good friend named Kane, and he's a federal park ranger for the National Park Service.
Here she comes. Here she comes.
And
oh
quit panicking, Mom.
he's getting antsy, and it's gonna make her antsy. It's fine. She's right there.
So our friend Kane is a federal park ranger, and he stopped some people one time. I think he was on the lake, and I don't know, they were all drunk or something. But anyways, one of the guys got on Facebook and had a certain name for Kane that has something to do with these guys, if you know what I'm saying. They're a Jack Blank, and so on Facebook they called him Blank Sights, and his name's Kane.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like it's appropriate.
So it's kind of appropriate and fitting. He's just like our buddy.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, if you were, I don't know. That seems kind of mean, the name.
Kane liked it.
Oh, he liked it?
Yeah. I texted him, and he liked it. He said MBD.
Old mother and daughter twins there. They couldn't look any more alike, you know?
No.
So,
So
I don't know what we're going to do in a few more days, because this guy, let's see, he was born on Saturday morning. Today is Wednesday, so he's just a little over half a week old.
yeah, I'm not gonna be able to hold him much longer.
Well, catching him.
Or that too.
Catching him is the hardest part right now. And it's not even that he's wild. He just goes where his mama goes, and she knows what we're doing, so she avoids us.
Yep.
So you think it's Kane?
I think it's Kane. Kane it is.
What about Abel? You gonna have an Abel around here?
Hey, if we have a boy packer, his name might have to be Abel.
No pressure, Dolly. No pressure at all. We're just waiting on Abel. Okay? Yeah, she's like, I'm not even listening to you. Maybe I'm not speaking loud enough because she is kind of old, you know. You have to talk loud to Dolly. Hey,
hurry up.
what are you doing?
I gotta put him in here.
You got to tell us what your game plan is.
We're gonna put him in here for a few days.
That was kind of impromptu. I just opened the gate and Mama walked in here.
Oh, perfect.
Why are you breathing hard?
Because he's really warm.
So I think what we're going to do, I didn't say it on video because I just ran Whopper out of there and opened the gate and then Mama walks right in. But we've got this pen here that's kind of just off one side of the barn and we can lock it up. It's, you know, where Whopper and Rufus and Steve over there have to get in the barn. Right now they won't be able to get in the barn, but it's perfect time of year. And what's the deal?
Don't look at Steve right now.
Why not?
I can't look at Steve. He's just hanging out.
So,
Literally.
the three stooges, the bro guys here, the bro pen dudes, won't be able to get in the barn.
I don't think you...
Steve wants some camera time.
You said no barn, and he's like, that sucks.
Anyways, with the way the weather is right now, they won't need to be in the barn. I've got to go to town later, and I may grab a couple bags of wood shavings because Whopper spends a lot of time in here, and Whopper does his business, and it's kind of ugly and dirty, but we'll get some water and some feed in here.
At least in theory, we can come in here and be a lot easier than chasing them down.
Yeah, we don't have to chase them all over the pasture, and probably won't keep them locked up like this for too long. Obviously, they're bonded together. That's not a problem. We're not worried about her being a bad mom. It's just she's such a protective mom. She doesn't like us to get close to the baby, and we want the baby to
like people.
Like us more than she does.
That's right.
So we're going to lock them up. I'm going to get some feed and some water and put in here. And the bro pen just have to rough it out there under the shade of the trees. All right, Freedom's got water. Freedom's got grain. I don't have any small square bales of hay, so I may pick up a couple of those while we're in town. And some wood shavings to pretty this up so they're not laying in nastiness. So I'm going to finish all the feeding chores, get all the rest of the animals taken care of, and then get out here and run to town and get all the supplies we need. And hopefully this will give us a place to where we can actually come down here and pet the baby. Rufus, dude, stay out of the water, man. You're getting it all dirty.
Jeez Louise.
Back up, bro.
Just like a teenager.
Yeah, he's just like a teenager. So there you have it. I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. The baby's getting fast. Mama's getting mean. Not you. You're not mean.
I mean, I can't be.
So there's you an update on the baby donkey. I promised you at the beginning of the video I'd get out here and let you guys see the baby donkey. This thing is so cute. It's really pretty.
I had a good idea.
Yeah. Someone asked, or well, lots of someone's have asked why in the previous video I said we're probably not going to be keeping the baby donkey.
No, I mean, we really don't have a use for 2 jacks.
So we don't need 2 jacks. We could gild the baby and have a gelding, but how many miniature donkeys do we really need?
Right.
In a small area? Because we do have 110 acres, but we don't turn them out to roam the whole property. They just stay here close in small pen. I say small, several acres, but still a smaller pen. And plus we have all the other animals that we keep, including the alpacas, and you know, we always raise 1 steer to process, plus all the goats. We raise those to process and to sell and things. So we just don't have any need to keep that many. I mean, I feel like 2's plenty.
Yeah.
Three's a crowd. And if it was a Jenny, maybe keep it till they got bigger. I don't know. But
I don't know, because Steve's my favorite. So
yeah, Steve's the best one.
I'm not gonna get rid of Steve.
Not gonna get rid of Steve so we can keep a baby. So anyways, if you're looking for a miniature donkey, it's going to be a little while. Obviously, we're not talking right now. It's like 6-8 months or something maybe. But eventually.
I need him to stay local. So I don't know if we should throw this out there.
If you're local
If you're local.
and close to where DJ can still go see him,
Yeah.
we might be interested in letting the baby go live somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to do the rest of the chores and get out of here. So guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.